There's an invisible force that either fills your home with light, love, and ease, or leaves it heavy, tense, and spiritually dry. That force is Barakah, the divine blessing from Allah that multiplies goodness in unseen ways. But many of us are unknowingly blocking that Barakah through certain objects, habits, and overlooked spiritual mistakes in our homes. In this video, we'll uncover 7 things in your home that may be driving Barakah away, backed by Islamic teachings, real Quranic examples, and real-life stories from today's world. Stay with me until the end. Number 7 surprises almost every household. It could be sitting in your living room right now. Have you ever felt a strange heaviness, sudden tension, or spiritual unease in your home? Drop a comment below if you felt it too. You're not alone. Item 1. Unused or broken objects. The spiritual weight. The Prophet taught us to live clean, simple, and intentional lives, not cluttered, chaotic ones. Yet many homes today are filled with broken clocks, unused electronics, faded decor, or furniture stored just in case. These objects may seem harmless, but in reality, they often collect not only dust, but also emotional heaviness, and, according to many scholars of Ruqya, they can attract or host jinn presence due to spiritual neglect and disorder. In several real Ruqya sessions, individuals reported relief from insomnia, nightmares, and persistent chest tightness after clearing forgotten storage rooms, garages, and junk drawers. One woman in Egypt said her recurring night terrors vanished after discarding old broken mirrors and items that hadn't been touched in years. Allah tells us, "Indeed, Allah loves those who constantly turn to Him and those who purify themselves." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:222. Our homes reflect our inner state. When we hold on to brokenness in our space, we sometimes hold on to brokenness in our souls. Clean the old to allow in the divine. What's one broken, dusty, or unused thing in your house that you know you should have thrown away months ago? Write it in the comments. Awareness is the first step to Barakah. Item 2. Haram or impermissible items. Silent barriers to Barakah. Your home is not just where you eat and sleep. It's a spiritual environment. And sometimes the very things we think are harmless decorations or souvenirs could be the reason we feel restless, anxious, or disconnected from prayer. Alcohol bottles kept for guests, statues from travels, figurines with faces, haram music collections, incense linked to shirk practices, or items associated with cultures of disbelief. They all create an atmosphere that is spiritually closed off. They may not always scream haram, but their presence quietly distances angels and invites darkness. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Angels do not enter a house in which there is a dog or pictures of animate beings." Sahih al-Bukhari. A Muslim family in London shared that after removing their anime figures, abstract paintings of faces, and foreign statues, they immediately felt a shift in the home's mood. Within a week, family conversations became calmer, prayer concentration improved, and even sleep quality changed. When angels leave, Barakah goes with them. But when we clear our space for Allah, peace finds its way back in. If angels don't enter, Barakah doesn't either. Have you ever removed something questionable from your home and noticed a shift in peace, prayer, or mood? Share your experience. It might give someone the courage to purify their space too. Item 3. Riba-based financial products and contracts. The cost of hidden curses. You might be living in a beautiful home, but is it spiritually livable? If your home is financed through riba, interest-based loans, whether through conventional mortgages, business loans, or unethical financial contracts, you might have stability in dunya, but you could be starving your soul. Income from gambling, haram investments, or interest-bearing banks corrupts the spiritual air of your home. It can manifest in subtle but destructive ways. Frequent arguments, stress without reason, children acting out, or even a lack of khushu in salah. Allah warns us clearly in the Qur'an. Those who consume interest will not stand on the day of resurrection, except as one stands who is being beaten by Satan into insanity. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:275. A couple in Malaysia recently shared that they sold their large riba-financed home and moved into a modest, Barakah-driven apartment. Within weeks, they noticed better family harmony, fewer health issues, and spontaneous barakah, from unexpected financial help to spiritual ease in their prayers. Riba may give you walls and windows, but it blocks the winds of divine mercy. Riba buys walls, but blocks blessings. Would you choose a smaller home filled with barakah over a luxurious one cursed by riba? Drop your thoughts below. This is a conversation the Ummah needs to have, openly and honestly. Item 4. Constant exposure to sinful media, the silent poison in our homes. Not all toxins come in bottles, some come through screens. TVs streaming haram content, phones filled with indecent imagery, TikTok videos glorifying sin, or YouTube left on autoplay. These are not just entertainment. They act like silent poisons, polluting the hearts of our children, numbing our own fitra, and infecting the spiritual air of our homes. A youth counselor in the US shared how a teenager struggling with depression and sudden bursts of anger experienced a massive shift after one simple change. His parents removed Netflix and replaced screen time with Qur'an recitation, Islamic lectures, and nasheeds. Within 2 weeks, his mood stabilized, and he voluntarily returned to praying 5 times a day. Allah reminds us, "And when they commit an immorality, they say, 'We found our fathers doing it.'" Surah Al-Araf 7:28. What we allow in our home becomes the norm. If screens are filled with sin, don't be surprised when barakah quietly slips out the door. What enters your screen enters your soul. Have you ever fasted from haram media for 7 days? What changed in your mood, focus, or home environment? Share your story below. Someone needs to hear it today. Item 5. Neglected prayer corners or Qur'an shelves, the forgotten heart of the home. A dusty Qur'an is more than an old book. It's a silent witness to what we've neglected. And a prayer mat shoved in a drawer? It collects more than dust. It gathers spiritual stagnation. When we fail to honor the sacred in our homes, we slowly close the door on tranquility. A home without regular Qur'an recitation or prayer becomes spiritually hollow, even if it's clean and beautifully decorated. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The most beloved of deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are few." Sahih al-Bukhari. A single mother in Pakistan shared her story. Overwhelmed by loneliness and depression, she finally cleared a quiet corner in her apartment, placed her prayer rug and Qur'an there, and dedicated it to her du'as. Within weeks, she felt her sadness lighten and her heart begin to heal. Now that tiny musalla is her spiritual anchor. You don't need a palace, just a dedicated place for Allah. Give Allah a place in your home, and He'll give your home peace. Do you have a prayer space at home, or are you planning one? Describe your dream musalla setup below. Your idea might inspire someone else's transformation. Item 6. Hidden hasad, items shared out of pride. You might just be sharing a beautiful corner of your home or celebrating a new car on social media. But sometimes, behind every masha'Allah lies a silent hasad, envy, that harms more than we realize. The Instagram perfect living room, the designer handbag shelf, wedding portraits flaunted online, or even excessive home tours. These can unintentionally invite envy, especially when shared without gratitude, humility, or protection. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The evil eye is real." Sahih Muslim. In real-life cases, families have reported sudden illnesses, financial setbacks, and relationship problems after publicly posting about blessings like new homes or luxury purchases. One family in Dubai had just moved into their dream villa and shared a detailed house tour online. Within a week, both spouses fell ill, and their children began having frequent nightmares. After consulting a local imam, they realized they'd left themselves spiritually unguarded. Barakah fades when blessings are flaunted. What you show off, you may lose. Have you ever felt the effects of envy in your home or life? What do you do to protect yourself? Share your tips for spiritual shielding below. It could help protect someone else. Item 7. Clutter that blocks flow and movement, when space becomes a barrier to barakah. Islam isn't just about clean hearts, it's also about clean homes. A cluttered space may seem harmless, but it slowly blocks not just movement, but also spiritual flow and mental clarity. Piles of unused items, scattered toys, stacked paperwork, overstuffed closets, they drain energy, overwhelm the soul, and crowd out the serenity that Salah and Qur'an need to thrive. The Prophet emphasized this deeply. Cleanliness is half of faith. Sahih Muslim. A family in Morocco decided to embrace minimalist living based on Islamic principles. They donated unused furniture, cleared surfaces, and kept only what served purpose and peace. Within 6 months, they reported deeper sleep, calmer conversations, and even a renewed love for prayer. Simplicity isn't just aesthetic, it's spiritual. Too much dunya can crowd out your akhirah. What's one cluttered area in your home that seriously needs attention? Name it below. You might inspire a Barakah cleanup challenge. Outro. Inspire action and build a Barakah-centered community. Barakah doesn't live in the number of rooms, the brand of your couch, or the size of your fridge. It lives in homes that honor Allah, in every choice, every corner, every intention. If you remove even one of these hidden blockages today, be it clutter, haram media, riba, or envy, you've already taken a powerful step toward a home that welcomes angels, tranquility, and divine presence. Let's build something bigger than a clean house. Let's build a community of intentional Muslim homes, like this video. Share it with someone you love. Comment below. What's the first thing you're removing today? And come back in 7 days. Tell us what changed. Your story could spark someone else's transformation. Remove one. Barakah enters. Tell us your story in 7 days.